We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. I'm Stephen Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWit, and this is the Land Academy Show.
This is episode number 2081, and today is Wednesday. We're going to talk about the pros and cons of being a real estate flipper, in our case, land.
Mm-hmm.
All week this week, we're talking about career choices that you have in real estate. And it's a vast, massive, multi-billion-dollar industry that probably touches your lives multiple times a day.
Yeah.
You just don't think about it or talk about it.
It touches my life.
Does it touch your heart, Jill?
Every day. It just pulls on my heartstrings. I tell you. It really does.
You know, it's so much fun to talk about real estate with you. In all the years that I've known you, I don't think we've covered maybe 1 or 2% of what we really should be talking about all the time.
That's a very good point. What do normal people talk about? Because I'm not sure.
They talk about how much they love each other and how successful their kids are.
That's it. How great things are going. How they love their landscaping, and there's nothing they would change at all in their home. or their appearance.
Did you ever see As Good as It Gets with Jack Nicholson?
Of course.
Or Jack Nicklaus, I mean.
Yeah.
Or whichever one's
not the golfer.
Not the golfer, yeah. And they're in the car on the way to somewhere. And
and that dumb little dog.
And the two people are sitting there saying, life is terrible and people are idiots. And he says, stop the car. And he's just mentally ill.
Right.
And says,
Helen
are you
Hunt.
kidding me? There are people right now, they have noodle salad and beautiful conversations and compliment each other. It's us. We're the problem.
Yeah. I don't remember that part, but that's good. We are the problem.
More
sometimes.
Noodle salad, less landlord talk.
There we go.
That's what I say.
I would like a noodle salad. Thank you.
Anyway, today we're going to talk about real estate flipping. Mm-hmm. Each day on the show, we answer a question from our Land Academy member Discord forum. We take a deep dive into land-related topics by popular request.
Chris and Chris wrote, hello, everyone. We are Chris F. and Chris P. We joined Land Academy about 60 days ago and have been digging into the content for a while. We are very excited that our first mailer hit offers to owners on Tuesday. Yay. We were very fortunate to find the Jack and Jill partnership right away with each other. Chris F. has a degree in mechanical engineering and an MBA and is very analytical, while also being generally fed up with the corporate world. I, Chris P., come from a background in customer service, operations, call center management, and sales, and have a degree in mathematics.
You're the ones who with a degree in math. Wow, you guys
I was going to say, sounded just like me until the last part.
Oh, you guys are going to kill this.
This is great. Yep. I have owned several businesses over the last few years and have completely fell in love with the Land Academy model earlier this year. Chris F. also has started some businesses in the past, so both of us are entrepreneurs at heart. CP.
Boy, good for you guys.
Yeah.
No real question here. Congratulations.
Oh, yeah. You guys are going to kill it. I'm excited.
I'll say this to both of you and obviously to everybody else.
Yeah.
If you get yourself into a mailer schedule, there's no way.
No stopping you.
I was thinking about this when I chose this question. You know, we all have lives. We're all doing stuff all day, whether it's personal, professional, or whatever. But if you set yourself on an automatic mailer schedule with offers to owners, so I don't know, 10,000 units go out every month or 2,000 a week or however you decide to do it, you start to not have choices except to answer the phone and do real estate deals. It's a lot like, we're out of toilet paper. I got to answer the phone because there might be a real estate deal there. And it just becomes part of your life. And I thought about that with us because that happened to us a long time ago. And now just real estate deals are in the fabric of our lives together.
That's part of the problem.
I'm really not joking about
It's funny. I'm thinking of a touchy-feely commercial along the fabric of our lives.
Yeah, the real estate deals of our lives.
Oh my gosh. It could be a soap opera. Go ahead. It is a soap opera.
Yeah, it is.
Good. Congratulations and glad you guys are here.
It.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I could design a better background.
Nope.
For two people.
Totally.
Today's topic, the pros and cons of the real estate flipping model. There's two ways and again, come back to the spreadsheet. It's got to work on paper first.
Yep.
There's 2 ways to create equity in real estate. Number 1, you buy something, piece of real estate, and clean it up and make it better, add to it, construct it, deconstruct it, do something to it. So it enables you to sell it for more. Right. So the sum, the end purchase price, the sale price for you, purchase price for somebody else is higher than the sum of what you put together. The acquisition costs and the improvement cost. That's number 1 and the most popular, thanks to HGTV. Number 2 is what we do, flipping. And we do it with land. We buy a piece of land for 20 or 30% of what it's worth, fully knowing there's some probably in the bitter end on each deal, some unknowns, and we resell it for more. And usually it's about twice what we paid. So we buy for 30, sell for 60. Usually we end up trying to buy for 30 or 40 or $50,000. We target 99,000 and it ends up being less than that most of the time. But if I look back on the 16,000 deals that we've done, it's almost double. If I just add it all up, we have doubled our money.
Totally.
As it goes.
Especially a lot of them were like, we did triple, so yeah.
All week we're talking about different types of careers you can have in real estate. This is by far the most profitable and the easiest to get into. And the learning curve is the least steepest.
I'm trying to think of the cons. You did a good job describing the pros. I would say some of the cons are the way to do it and win is you pay cash. So you need to have money saved up. And a lot of people don't have the dough.
Or a partner with money.
Correct. Trying to think what else. That's the only one.
I don't have any cons.
No, I'm just going to say that you do, but you do need to, even though it might be, I don't know. I hear you saying it's an easier model, but I would argue that there's still a learning curve there. So I'm not sure because when we put into the mailer scenario, we're not like trolling the MLS, and just grabbing something and then turning around and reselling it kind of thing. So there is still some education and a lot of analytical work that you put into this.
There's a right way and a wrong way to do it, just like everything else. And we choose over the years, we've been forced over the years because of lack of success to revert back to using a data model that tells us what to do. Just take all the emotion and feeling out of it for the most part.
Which is the best way.
Look at data, it tells you where to send mail,
to
send mail, whether or not to do the deal.
How to price it.
So if that's a con for you, then this isn't the place. It's not a con for Chris and Chris up here. Degree in math and a lot of customer service and engineering.
Exactly.
And former business ownership experience.
Yeah. Some of the cons, like I'm thinking of the flipper thing too. So we covered, here's how you either buy it cheap and you already have equity in it the day you own it, no problem. Or B, you do something to it. Those are the 2 options.
Improve it, yep.
Right. So we do it with rural vacant land. And what we do I improve it? Which I think we covered 99.9% of the time. The answer is no. We do not improve it. We just buy it great and move on because that's who we are. Some call it disorder. I'm going to call it an asset. So I'm going to call it an attribute. You can call it a disorder. Then you think of like, wait a minute. You guys are just glossing over this whole HGTV and those guys look like they're doing great. What about, can we talk about that model? I don't even want to think about all the things that can go wrong.
That's an improvement model.
True. But it is lumped in there. I want to talk about it because I think that's where everybody gets all excited. They don't get excited in what we do. I'll never forget 5 or 10 years ago, it was early Land Academy. And I talked to a guy one summer and I'm like, what are you doing? He was asking me all these questions. I'm like, you'd be a great fit. He's like, I don't know about Land Academy. I don't know if this is for me. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're doing all this stuff and you're look how much energy and time it takes you. You just described to me how you can't take this trip and go with your family to Europe because you got to sit around and babysit this flip because you're not sure these contractors are showing up. I'm like, I don't have to do that. And he goes, Jill, it's just not sexy to me. That's what he said. I'm like, oh.
Let me
finish the end of the story. that was like one summer. I can't remember what it was, maybe 2017 or something, right? Well, 2018, here he comes.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm over it. Because my answer was, well, my bank account is sexy and I can go to Europe. And he's like, yeah, okay, whatever. 1 year later, here he comes and said, you're right. I'm done. I can't take it. I want a different life. You know, I want to make just as much money, if not more. And then I can have the time with my family. I don't have to babysit a contractor showing up or be there when something goes sideways and they open up and find mold. Go ahead.
Commercial real estate, where I cut my teeth, is packed full of self-absorbed people who spend too much time looking at themselves in the mirror.
There you go.
And so when I started in commercial real estate, right out of school while I was in accounting, I had a boss that was driving around and he had new suits all the time and driving around in Cadillac. And we all had to inadvertently choose a specialization. And I immediately chose healthcare because it was so prevalent and easy to do deals. And specifically, ultimately went into buying and selling nursing homes. Least sexy freaking real estate type there ever was. And everybody looked at me. Look, it was candy it's just my skill set and what I was
good.
It worked out really well for me because it kept everybody out.
Great. Nobody wanted it. That's nice. Don't you want to do an office building? No.
That's what it was back then. Office buildings were,
Sure.
how you got a date.
Yep.
See that office building? I leased all that space, or
Totally.
I have own part of that office building.
Yep.
I guess that gets you a girl. I don't know.
Not today.
I went from long-term care real estate to land and got the right girl. So
there you go.
The sexy thing doesn't even register.
Well, and that's the thing. You have to really take a good look at it and go, what's important here?
Well, that's great, Jack. So there's pros and cons of flipping. Why doesn't everybody do it? Here's why. It costs money up front.
True. Like anything does.
No, I disagree.
Oh.
And tomorrow, this is a good segue, Thursday,
we're
going to talk about real estate agents and the real estate service industry. Here's a spoiler alert. It costs nothing.
True.
To get into these professions where you effectively get your fingers in someone else's real estate deal, namely Jill and I's deal. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
We are Jack and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you find our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.